All right, welcome back to another episode of the Tamarisk Legal Advisors Podcast. My name is Phil Harwood, and I'm joined today by Catherine Schmidt. Catherine is the owner and lead instructor of Yoga Zen. Thank you for being with us, Catherine.
Thanks so much for having me, Phil. I'm happy to be here.
I'm real excited about our conversation. And, one of the things I was thinking about was, in our legal practice, we work with so many different types of clients. So we work with, young parents with small children, and they're trying to protect their families by working with us, doing estate planning. We also work with seniors who maybe are updating their trusts and their wills and deeds. And, because life's changed and maybe they prepared those documents 20 or 30 years ago. And they really want to make sure things are updated and everything in between, right? 30s, 40s, 50s. And the kind of the common thread with all those people, and I know it's true in my life, is we need more movement in our lives. We don't have enough movement, or maybe we don't have the right kinds of movement. Maybe we have the wrong kinds of movement. I work with a lot of business owners also in my practice, and generally, not all, but generally, they're very stressed out people. They don't get enough movement. They wake up way too early. They start slamming coffee. They go to work. They grind all day. A lot of them are very sedate. They're sitting in front of a computer. They're driving around or going to meetings. And we just don't have enough healthy movement. And it just takes intentionality and knowing where to go and a place to go and someone who can help us. So I'm assuming you can help with some of that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're describing a big swath of the population, I think, these days. So,
Yeah, for sure. So just tell us about Yoga Zen.
yeah, Yoga Zen is a small single studio yoga studio just outside of Grand Rapids. We're in Caledonia, Michigan. We've been open since 2018, and I would describe us as a yoga studio for people who don't think they belong in a yoga studio, but they want to come and try some movement and feel like they're in a supported, welcoming environment. So we have lots of different yoga classes that we offer every week. And then we also have a massage room here at the studio where we have several different body workers providing massage and Reiki and other bodywork services.
Nice. And you're the owner. Did you found the business as well? Are you the founder?
Yes, I am. So
Okay.
I've been teaching yoga for about 10 years, and about 8 of
Mhm.
them have been at my own studio. So,
Fantastic. That's great. So let's go a little bit more into your services. So, let's assume you're talking to someone who has no idea what they would find if they walked into Yoga Zen. So, what would kind of walk us through some of those different categories that you just talked about there?
yeah. So we have about 15 different instructors that teach at Yoga Zen. And one of the things that I really appreciate about our teachers is that we have people who teach all different styles of yoga. So we offer classes specifically tailored for beginners, as well as people who have practiced yoga before and are looking for ways to
Mhm.
advance their practice. We also offer classes that are heavily modified. So we have lots of older adults or people who are rehabbing injuries or have some sort of physical limitation. So we offer classes that use different props, as they're called. So chairs,
Mhm.
blocks, blankets, straps, things like that that help aid somebody in yoga poses if they're not,
Mhm.
even if they don't think that their body can do yoga, it
Sure.
can for sure.
Mhm.
We also offer classes that are more tailored towards mindfulness and meditation. So, classes that don't include any movement at all, but are designed to help people relax, focus, and find more clarity in their life.
Mhm.
We, as I mentioned, have a massage room, and we have 4 different body workers that rotate through that space. And some of them offer things like therapeutic massage, others might offer more of a relaxation based massage. And then we offer things like energy therapy, which is called Reiki,
Hmm.
as well as things like cupping and hot stone therapy. So all sorts of different types of body
Hmm.
work, yoga,
Wow.
and mindfulness here.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you for describing some of those
Yeah.
service offerings. One of the things that business owners I've found over the years love to talk about is their ideal customer and who they're kind of targeting. It sounds like you have something to offer to everyone, really, kind of a full spectrum, and I think that's wonderful. Is there a certain area that you feel that your business is really geared toward more specifically, or do you feel like all those different categories are all your ideal target customers?
I would say that we're different from other studios because we're not a hot yoga studio. So some
Mhm.
people think of yoga and automatically think of a hot studio
Okay.
environment. And so we tend to serve older adults typically as our I would say who is here most often, although
Mhm.
we serve people all across their lifespan too. So, as you mentioned, people in their 30s, 40s, young families, as well as people who have raised kids to adulthood.
Mhm. Yeah.
Most yoga studios are serving the population right around their area. So that's usually how people
Mhm.
find a yoga studio is which one's closest. So
Mm.
we're
Okay.
more like south side of Grand
Mhm.
Rapids and serve, that area specifically.
Okay. You said you're not a hot yoga studio. What is hot
Correct.
yoga? Some people might not know what that is.
Yeah, so hot yoga is in a room that is heated to at least 90 degrees. Some studios heat it up over 100 degrees, and usually they
Mhm.
pump up the humidity as well. So it's like a room that
Mhm.
has maybe 40% humidity. Um, it is a popular form of yoga, but it's not necessary to get the benefits of yoga. So, yoga is meant to build internal heat. So, we're
Mhm.
working tension in the muscles that creates its own heat internally in the body. And honestly, when you're practicing in a hot room, you might get less of that. It might be more that you're getting
Mm.
the external heat that makes you feel like you're working really hard, but you might not be working as hard.
Got it.
So,
Totally makes
yes.
sense.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I immediately think of, I'm a hockey player, so I immediately think of Chris Chelios, who is famous for moving his whatever his favorite piece of equipment was on that day into the
Yeah.
sauna or the steam room or something and going crazy
Hmm.
in there. But no, it
Yes.
totally makes sense.
Mhm.
So is there something kind of new and exciting with your business that you want to tell us about? Like,
One of the things that's really grown in popularity for us recently are our meditative sound baths. So I've got one tonight actually. So in just a little bit, this room will be filled with different meditative instruments like gongs and crystal singing
mm,
bowls and chimes and a drum and other things that create different sounds and frequencies. And
mm.
that's one of the classes where people come and just lay on the ground. It looks sort of like an adult slumber party for an hour here.
I would
And
just
people,
totally fall asleep.
yeah, and people do, yes. And as long as you're not snoring, that's okay. So, but if you do snore, we do a little toe squeeze to get people to wake back
Oh,
up.
okay. Well, that
But
sounds easy enough.
yeah, so it's a really it sells out almost every time. One of the
Mm.
things that I've done locally that's been super cool is partnered with the Grand Rapids Public Museum and do these
Wow.
sound baths in their planetarium. And
Oh,
so I
wow.
work to do like a custom visual projection on the planetarium screen while I'm
Mhm.
playing these meditative instruments. And it's a super cool experience, very unique,
Yeah.
and is something that I love to do and is a very popular
Mhm.
offering with our clients. So,
I
yeah,
can see it. Yeah.
yes, for sure.
Um, and as a business owner, what is your role in you're a lead instructor, so
Yeah.
you're delivering service, but what are your roles in the business?
So I'm most of the roles in the business. So we run pretty lean. I'm
Mhm.
here just about every day. Some days I'm not teaching, but I'll do things like payroll and cleaning and marketing and networking and all sorts of stuff. I would describe myself as a generalist teacher too. So I teach
Mhm.
several different styles of our yoga classes, from our beginners to our more advanced practitioners. We also offer kids yoga classes, and so I'll teach those. I'm a mom to a 9.5 year
Mhm.
old, so I have a soft spot in my heart for bringing yoga to kids too.
Mhm.
But I'm most of the roles here. So I'm
Sure.
certainly not doing it alone, but I'm a solo entrepreneur through and through. And I really love the variety that I have in owning my own business. So,
Yeah, good for you.
yeah,
All right, since you're an entrepreneur, I'm going to ask you the classic question. So,
yes.
one of many, I guess, maybe, but you know, talk to someone who's listening to this podcast and they're saying, "This is all great for somebody else, not for me."
Hmm.
What would you say to that person?
For yoga, I would say yoga is applicable to everybody. Like, if you can breathe, you can do yoga. If someone wants to age with mobility, they want to be able to move their body throughout their entire life cycle, yoga is a great place to do that. It's it's a great way to build more focus and ability to live your life with calm and grace. So it's not really about being able to fold your body into a weird pretzel shape, although we do that
Hmm.
sometimes. It's
Hmm.
more about being able to handle life's difficulties with grace, with ease, and not feel overwhelmed by all of the responsibilities that so many of us carry. So,
Oh, wouldn't that be nice? Yeah.
yeah, right.
Well,
Yoga
Catherine,
can
thank
help.
you.
Yes.
Thank you. We're going to go ahead and wrap things up. So,
Yeah.
thank you so much for being here with us. But what's the best way for someone to? What's your website? What's the
Yeah.
best way to for someone to contact you?
Yeah, our website is Yoga Zen GR, so like Yoga Zen Grand Rapids.com.
Mhm.
Our class schedule is on there, our ability to book massages and all of that is on there. We also have a presence on Facebook and Instagram. Those handles are the Yoga Zen on Facebook and
Mhm.
Instagram. So,
All right, perfect. Thank you again, Catherine. This was
yeah,
great.
thanks, Phil. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Take care.
Yeah, you too.